Fix old cameras. Your successful completion of the demonstrated repair ultimately depends on the quality of your tools, the condition of your camera, and most importantly, your repair ability.
What we have here is a well-used Pentax Spotmatic with uneven exposures on the shutter speeds of 1,000 and 500. As we observe the shutter issues, please note, when we make this adjustment, the adjustment on the torsion spring of the shutter curtain rollers should only be made at no more than one full revolution. If you put more tension than that on the torsion spring, you could cause fatigue and failure of the spring. If, in order to achieve even exposure, additional tension is added to the torsion spring, then complete service maintenance should be performed on the shutter before attempting to adjust the exposure travel time. Only the bottom cover needs to be removed in order to access the torsion spring adjustment ratchets. The adjustment screw closest to the front of the camera is for the first curtain, and the adjustment screw to the back of the camera is for the second curtain. The set screws need to be loosened before making the adjustment. By forcing the torsion spring against the worm gear with the set screw loosened, the worm gear can be removed so you can see how it functions. We'll put the worm gear back in place and then let the tension pull the gear back into the housing. We will go ahead and release a little tension on the torsion spring before allowing the worm gear to be pulled back in. Turning the worm gear clockwise increases the tension on the torsion spring, and obviously turning it counterclockwise reduces the tension on the torsion spring. Sometimes the uneven exposure can be brought in not by increasing the torsion tension, but by decreasing it. The only risk when decreasing the torsion spring is that there would not be enough tension on the second curtain for it to trip the mirror release lever. One 500th of a second looked just fine. Let's try 1,000 and take a look at it in slow motion. That was kind of cool. How about one more time? A reminder, as we button the camera back up by tightening, by making the set screws tighter on the worm gears, to remember not to over-tension the torsion springs. One full turn is the maximum that you can do when making this repair. If it requires more torsion than that, then shutter service needs to be done prior to adjusting the shutter curtain travel time. Once the set screws are tight, you can dab a small amount of red fingernail polish, or you could make it blue or green or whatever color, but the fingernail polish will keep the screws from getting loose over time. For a final test, shoot a roll of film concentrating on the upper speeds. Man, the narration on this was a tension, torsion, tightening tongue twister.
Thank you for watching. Inspired? Check back for new video postings.